All right, we're recording.
Okay, we're recording. Let's go.
One. Okay.
All
Should
right.
be roughly the same then.
Are we explaining this episode?
No.
Because we're talking about Starkid.
We're talking about Starkid.
Which needs no explanation.
No
so
explanation.
Claire,
Okay. The amount of people that I talk to who don't know what Starkid is, I'm astounded because we're friends with so many theater kids.
But I feel like Starkid is like a theatrical generation older than us. It's more like theatrical millennials.
That's true. Well, they all are millennials. So.
Well, all their performers are, but I think most of their fans are too.
To be fair, I didn't find Starkid on my own.
Who introduced you?
Annika. Early
Interesting.
in sometime in 2020, she made this reference. We were talking because we were really into this game, Hogwarts Mystery. It's where you're you're a child at Hogwarts, and then you it's a mystery, and you have to play the game. Anyway, I posted something, and she responded to my text being like, "Did someone say Draco Malfoy?" And I was like, "Huh?" And she was like, Starkid. And I was like, "Huh?" She was like, "A Harry Potter musical?" And I was like, huh?
There's a Harry Potter musical?
And then she sent me this animatic of it. Not even the real thing. She sent me, of the first, song.
So to be clear, my Starkid experience is, what is it? The Road to Oregon, and then the 3 Hatchetfield musicals.
The Trail to Oregon?
Or whatever it's called. The Oregon Trail?
The Trail to Oregon. It's based off the Oregon Trail.
I know what it's based off of.
But it's the Trail to Oregon.
I think that's what I said.
You're welcome. I really like that musical. We'll get to that later. No, I'm continuing my story. Anyway, after that, I went through and I was like, huh, this looks really cool. I wish there was a live version of this. And I looked it up and I texted Annika going, "Oh my god, these people, they made
They made the animation,
they made the
but
animation.
live action."
And then I was like, "Oh my god, I need to watch this." So one day it was early in the summer and it was really hot out and there were people in my backyard doing I think my parents had their friends over and they were all drinking drinks in the backyard because it was COVID and
they
we
were all
couldn't do
drinking
anything.
orphan blood.
Exactly. And I was just kind of I'm gonna sit back here. I'm gonna sit in my room with all the lights off and lie on the floor and watch this Starkid musical. And I loved it and it was amazing. But I skipped over half the songs because I was like, I'm not emotionally attached to this yet and it's kind of boring. But yeah, and then I kept on watching all the different ones.
And then you watched the second Harry Potter musical and then the third one?
And then I watched The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals.
And the rest, as they say, is history?
Yeah, basically.
And you have now watched every Starkid project ever made?
Not every single one. I haven't seen their, what is it? It was almost like a web series that they did that was called Little White Lie. Haven't seen that. To be fair, I haven't watched the one called Me and My Dick because it looks... I've listened to the music from it. It's not my favorite. So,
So I'm not a real fan.
So I'm not a real fan. But, I like all the other ones. And it's very fun. But, Edward...
Yeah?
Do you know where these star kids, as they say, originated?
I actually think I do. So are you familiar with the YouTube channel, Dead Meat?
Yes.
So he did, during the, during the writers' strikes in Hollywood, he wasn't covering any Hollywood films.
Right.
So he went and he did a video about the guy who didn't like musicals. And apparently they went to the same university. In Michigan, I think. So yeah, I do know.
Yeah, that's where Darren Criss went to university.
Oh my god, it's the biggest dweeb school in the world.
No, but Darren Criss is a part of Starkid.
He is?
That's how I know who he is.
I thought you knew him from Glee.
No, he was Harry Potter in a Harry Potter musical.
Like I said, didn't watch those ones.
Gotta watch them. They're really good.
Frankly, not a huge carer about Darren Criss either.
Edward, I followed Darren Criss on the podcast Instagram account. We follow 3 people.
Are you going to get him on the podcast?
You, me, and Darren Criss.
Are you going to get him on the podcast?
I think that should be the goal.
Guys, that'll be our last episode,
Our
is when
last-
Darren Chris comes on the podcast.
Whether it be months from now, weeks from now, or even years from now.
Millennia from now.
Yeah. Darren, if you're out there, we'll talk to you. Anyway, no, but Starkid, they were a group of theater students, and they made a Harry Potter musical on a whim, and when the internet was really small, they were
And
like,
really into Harry Potter.
yeah, they were like, what if we posted this on this newfangled thing called YouTube?
What if we go into the YouTube?
And they posted it, and it was just like, oh, people seem to really, really like this. So it blew up, and they were like, okay, let's make another one. So they made another one, and then another one, and then they started going to all these things, and they started getting famous, and then they started getting money.
And now they still do the same thing.
Except just on a way larger scale.
Yeah.
Like, because Nerdy Prudes Must Die,
Yeah.
that was like their first, like, big
budget thing.
Big budget
And then I
thing.
haven't seen the newest one because it's not released for free yet. But
Oh yeah, Cinderella's Castle?
yeah,
Did you watch VHS Christmas Carol?
I did not.
When it was like on YouTube for like 2 seconds?
I did not.
I did. It was really good. But yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to These people are so cool in my mind, and I look up to them as inspiration. Okay?
I can tell.
I need you to know this because I look at them and I go, look at these people. They made theater their career, but they didn't go in like, they aren't on Broadway. They aren't part of some like, I don't know, some big box company, you know?
You're
Like-
right. They just got on the ground floor of the biggest production website, or the biggest video sharing website in like history.
But like, that's nothing I can't do. I already have a podcast.
That's what it takes. You're right. That's what it takes to be a success.
I told too many people that I have a podcast this week, and too many people lost respect for me.
Joe Rogan was not successful till he had a podcast. Neither was Conan O'Brien.
So really, we're just starting early.
Yeah. Really, you're getting the first step of success, and then you'll go do all the other successful things, and then you'll be successful.
See, I think that if I were ever in like theater, I think I would define like making it as working with Starkid.
I don't think you'll ever make it.
Edward,
Well, because, like, not even because you, like, don't have the talent or whatever, just because you have to go to America and, like, live there for a while.
I'd be okay with that. If it meant pursuing my dreams.
You know what? Then go for it.
What do you mean, Edward? We're already in America.
When you're in a Starkid musical, I will watch it on YouTube when it's free.
You won't come see it in person?
I'll probably be in Canada.
I'll like fly you down.
If you fly me down and comp me tickets,
Yeah.
I will watch you in a Starkid musical.
What about if I ever make it on Broadway, Edward?
Once again, if you fly me down and comp me tickets and I don't have a test that
He
day,
hates me.
it's not that I hate her.
He hates me.
I just want to go into a career in academia.
Okay, Edward. Anyway, I think we should list off all of their musicals.
Like in order?
Yeah.
All right, go, Claire.
Okay. So there was a Harry Potter musical, which was the first one. Then they released Me and My Dick, and then they released a Harry Potter sequel. Oh, Starship was also in there. Harry Potter Senior Year. Trail to Oregon. Annie. Holy Musical Batman. Oh no.
Don't look at me.
I think there's more. You have a phone. I don't have a phone. Then there was a Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, Black Friday, and Nerdy Prudes Must Die. That's only 11, but I feel like there were definitely more.
All right.
There's one that I'm forgetting. Oh, Twisted.
Starkid Productions, let's see.
And
Musical theater productions. A Harry Potter musical,
Yeah.
You Were Good, Me and My Dick. A Harry Potter sequel, Starship. Holy Musical Batman. A Harry Potter Senior Year. Then it was Twisted.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Annie. The Trail to Oregon. Firebringer.
Firebringer. I didn't watch that one.
The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. Black Friday. Nerdy Prudes Must Die. VHS Christmas Carol. And then Cinderella's Castle.
I'm very excited for that one. I don't know what it's about or anything. but
Presumably Cinderella.
Wow, no way.
I'm just very
Really?
excited because I think they're doing puppet work on it, and I love puppets.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
You've heard me talk about the Muppets, Claire.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to start talking about the Muppets again, Claire? I'll do it.
Well, like, why? What's your interest in puppets?
I-
If you like puppets, you should watch Starship.
Well, so my thing about puppets and about claymation and about everything other than computer animation or live action is it's just so different. And it's a medium that I think goes vastly unexplored. Same with even hand animation these days. And that's why I love them, because there's so much like you can do with them that people haven't done yet.
Okay.
Like that's my thing about claymation especially, and puppets is it also gets such an iconic style to the point where you can look at any one frame from a claymation film and figure out which studio made it.
Really?
Yeah. Like Laika is completely different from Aardman, which is completely different from Wes Anderson's stop motion films, which is completely different from what's the guy's name? He made one stop motion movie called Mad God, and I've been meaning to see it, which is completely different from the guys who made like a Snail Story and like Max and Sally or whatever it's called, which are like art house sad indie films.
He hasn't seen all of the
I have not seen
stop-motion.
every major stop motion release.
Can't believe it.
Claire, Mad God is like a body horror film.
Are you a real stop motion fan if you haven't seen all the stop motion?
Honestly, I'm not. I wouldn't count myself as a real stop motion fan, but I really do enjoy the medium.
Don't even talk.
I've
to
seen
me
more
about it.
Wallace and Gromit than you.
Yeah, you probably have.
Have you watched the new Wallace and Gromit film?
No,
It's on Netflix. Claire, go watch it.
I
Everybody
watched
go watch Wallace
Gromit.
and Gromit. Vengeance Most Foul on
One
Netflix.
time I watched Wallace and Gromit: Revenge of the Were-Rabbit.
You mean Curse of the Were-Rabbit?
Curse of the
You
Were-Rabbit.
heathen.
When I was like 7, and I was in someone's basement, sleeping in someone's basement at the time,
Yeah.
and I thought the were-rabbit was gonna crawl through the walls and eat me while I slept.
Do you know what rabbits eat, pal?
And I never watched Wallace and Gromit again.
There is only one non-herbivorous rabbit in the Curse of the Were-Rabbit, and it is Wallace Rabbit.
Exactly.
I will
was
have you know.
terrified of him.
You were terrified of Wallace Rabbit or the Were-Rabbit?
Both.
Because the Were-Rabbit is the rabbit that, spoiler alert, Wallace transforms into under the light of the full moon. Wallace Rabbit is a rabbit that has been given Wallace's mind.
Yeah? I don't remember the plot.
Alright, so the plot to Wallace and Gromit Curse
Okay,
of the
anyway.
Were-Rabbit.
Back to Starkid. Because I listed off all their musicals. You said you haven't seen all of them. Out of the ones that you have seen, which one is your favorite? And why?
I really enjoyed Black Friday,
Okay.
which I know is a controversial opinion.
Why is that a controversial opinion?
Well, I don't know, I just haven't met anybody else who liked it best out of the Starkid musicals.
I think it's just because it's like one of the only ones that you've seen.
Well, I've seen 4, and it was my
Okay.
favorite of the 4 that I've seen. I just like it because, I will say I can kind of find Starkid in sort of obnoxiously quippy at times, and it just felt like Black Friday gave itself time to breathe a bit more.
Yeah,
Like
that's
out of any
fair.
of the shows. Like it was like it had its funny moments, but it also like went the darkest out of any show.
And it wasn't like trying to be
Yeah.
like almost like a sketch
Yeah.
after sketch.
I
after
also
sketch
think the
after
music
sketch.
slaps.
That's true.
What's your favorite, Claire?
See, it changes because I don't know. I watch them all a lot. I think right now my favorite is Trail to Oregon. Mostly because, one, I like the music and I think it's the funniest one.
And because they do audience participation.
And because they do audience participation, it's super fun.
That it was really cool. I was hoping they would do way more of it than just naming the characters.
But like, then you're just doing a choose your own adventure musical.
Well, no, you can be like, what did we forget?
But also,
Claire, I love improv.
I know you like improv.
I shoot it into my veins.
Like drugs?
No, improvised chemicals.
Oh,
Mix a little bit of it, a little bit of that, and I turn into the were-rabbit.
okay. The other reason I like it is because it's a very small cast. It has like the main family.
It has 6 people.
And it has the main family, then it has the one person who does everything else. And I don't
5 people.
I don't know if you know anything about me, but I really like shows where they do like one person does every single other role that isn't a main character role.
That is very funny.
Like the Solve It Squad.
I didn't watch that one.
Don't even talk to me.
I didn't watch it when you put it on.
I put it up
because
in our school's one act festival.
I'm a villain.
I'm cool. And Edward refused to see it.
Edward was very busy.
Edward refused to see it because, once again, he hates me.
The only way Edward could have seen that show is going to school on a Saturday evening.
Don't even talk.
That is ludicrous, Claire.
I think it was also on a Friday.
I was busy that Friday. I distinctly remember.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Do you have a favorite song from their musicals?
It changes. It rotates most around If I Fail You from Black Friday.
That checks out for you, actually.
Well, you know what, Claire? Baritones don't get many ballads.
Is that what you're going to sing for your audition for Mamma
I don't
Mia?
think I'm going to audition. I think all of the male roles go too high for me.
Really?
I think I would need to negotiate with Ford.
I think you still need to audition because we don't have any men.
Yeah, no, but Ford is going to, I'm going to have to sing stuff either an octave down for the most part, or Ford's going to have to change the keys.
I'm sure we can work with that.
Because, was it my highest note is F4?
What?
And,
Jeez.
And what is it? The lowest vocal part goes to A flat 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you mean 3?
Nope. Sam's vocal range is D3 to A flat 4.
What? Okay. Well.
But also I can go as low as I think I can go as low as G2 or something.
Well, Edward has a boring song that he likes. I actually like...
I'm sorry I like songs that actually have emotion and character development and not just dick jokes.
I don't...
Okay, what are you about to say?
Okay. So one song that I really, really like, just because of, the way it sounds, right now, for the past while, has been, Hatchet Town.
That one's pretty good. I don't like the studio recording, though.
That's fair.
Because they got rid of all the fun cameos.
Yeah. I just really like the way that it's, you know?
Yeah. It's got a good rhythm to it. It's got a good drive. It's got a good beat.
Podcast listeners, go listen to that after you're done.
And also go listen to If I Fail You.
If you really, really want to.
If you're really cool and hate Claire as much as I do.
But I also have another one, which is from a Harry Potter musical. You would have never heard it because you're lame. But it is specifically the live version from Starkid Homecoming. Different as can be.
Yeah, I'm following.
It's the Starkid the Homecoming version. It's very important that version specifically because there's a part at the very in the last minute and 7 seconds where there's this really, really nice harmony, and they do and I love it.
That wasn't a nice harmony at all.
And I love it because it's so nice to listen to because their voices work so well together. And you listen to it in, on the YouTube video, and it's not the same. And I'm just rah! Like a dinosaur, and I turn into a bear and a were-rabbit, and then I go crazy.
A dino bear rabbit.
You know me. That's how I go.
Dude, Claire pulls up to school in a costume of that most days.
I do, actually. Yeah.
Claire's a furry.
No. I can't even edit that out, Edward. I can't even edit that out.
Why can't you edit it out, Claire?
I can't talk about that. That's too,
It'll be in the episode title, maybe.
No.
No, it won't?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, that changed.
For those wondering, I just pointed at a piece of paper in front of Edward. Oh, Edward!
Yeah.
I forgot this. Clara left you a note.
Oh.
When she was here on New Year's.
Guys, I feel very seen right now. Clara sent me a message of support saying, "Edward, I see you," and I'm really glad.
Are you really glad?
I am very glad.
Clara wanted to write more, but I told her not to.
I am so glad. Should we do our BuzzFeed quiz for today?
Sure. And then afterwards,
About...
we're gonna have to talk about more things.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it as an intermission today.
Intermission.
Do you have
BuzzFeed
one
quiz.
prepped?
No.
Are you gonna find one?
I was just gonna write, what Starkid musical are you? Well, we have one on you quiz.
Of course, it's on you.
Or we
quiz.
have a BuzzFeed Witch, the guy who didn't like musicals character.
Let's go. Let's go the you quiz one.
Okay, we should do both.
But that one's gonna be made by like a real fan.
Which Starkid musical are you? Or
Sure.
which?
You gotta send it
my.
my way though.
Oh yeah, Claire.
I'll find it.
That's not how I spell my name. Just type in which Starkid musical are you? Edward's taking a lot of time.
This one.
Probably. It's pink.
What's my name? I just put E on these.
Okay. Choose a Starkid choose a Starkid villain. Snarl is not here. Sorry to all the Snarl stands. Do you know who Snarl is?
Maybe?
He's like the cougar or like big animal in Firebringer. So.
I like McDoon the Bandit King. And I also like Wiggly.
Okay, well the options. Oh my god, wait.
Yeah.
I just remembered. Holy Musical Batman is so good.
Okay.
I need to say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Go
put
watch
Wiggly.
Holy Musical Batman. The options, Edward, are Voldemort, Big T, Junior, Sweet Tooth, Aladdin, McDoon, the Bandit King. Then there's a villain in Annie, but they don't remember who Annie's rival was. So Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh my god, Obi-Wan Kenobi in Annie is so funny.
I'm way out of my depth here, guys.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick Sweet Tooth because he's a good villain. It's Jeff Blim. Jeff Blim played Sweet Tooth.
Nice.
And it was really good.
Sweet Tooth the Clown from the video game series?
No. I don't think so.
Was he a clown?
Kind of, but not really.
Like a weird post-apocalyptic murder clown?
Okay, he like wore a pink suit.
Okay, so that's Sweet Tooth.
Okay.
Choose a mini song that didn't make it onto the cast albums. Well, now I'm way out of my depth here.
Okay, so the first one,
Yeah?
A Song is a Dick in Sheep's Clothing, is from Twisted.
Okay.
And it's just Jafar's way of like warning Jasmine about men.
Yeah.
Duck is Lord is good from Firebringer, and it's just when they go like, Duck is Lord, Duck is Lord, he is Lord, 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 Duck is Lord. Yeah, because in Firebringer they worship the duck.
Okay.
All of the little mini songs from the guy who didn't like musicals.
I suppose the beginning of Moana isn't that one.
Yeah. Sing the beginning of Moana. Oh my god, Annika and I, when we were in like grade 9 and we were playing Whoosh, we turned that into a whoosh thing where we just went, sing the beginning of Moana, and everyone had to sing the beginning of Moana. We should add that to Whoosh at improv.
You can bring that up.
I don't want
We've been
it.
playing less Whoosh, though.
I know, which is kind of upsetting. Really should talk to,
Big Papa. We can't even edit that out for some reason.
I'd be so glad he doesn't listen to this. Then that one. I've never heard those ones. The one song that Draco starts to sing before the lights go down and he can only get it like
I'm gonna
3
choose
words.
the one that I've heard.
Oh, I'm picking the one song that Draco starts to sing. Because they turn off, like, he starts to go into, like, an evil plan song, but then the lights just go down.
Pick a weird memory from your childhood that I still remember for some godforsaken reason. Holding, quotation mark, quotation mark, quotation mark, quotation mark, concerts, quotation mark, quotation mark, quotation mark, with my friends and probably annoying the shit out of the neighbors. Pushing a kid off the swings like a little bitch.
Okay.
It blinked. I swear to God, I saw the doll blink. Why does no one believe me? Weird nightmare I had about the Energizer Bunny in vivid detail.
Vivid detail. Oh, interesting.
I feel like the closest I can get is I blinked. It blinked. I swear to God, I saw the doll blink. Why does no one believe me?
I'm gonna say holding concerts
Yeah, that tracks.
because I did that a lot, quite a bit.
Which weather do you enjoy the most?
Rain, sunny, overcast, snowy, or windy. I like rain.
I like rain.
My dog hates rain. And
Hogwarts house.
Ooh,
I hate Gryffindor house. Do you want to do the Goyle voice?
Slytherin. He just is really low, and
Fuck.
I can't actually do it. You would actually do it better.
Slytherin? I don't know,
And
man.
it's just like really like kind of like, you know what you imagine like an idiot to be.
Slytherin. Like that?
Yeah, actually that's fairly close.
Fuck, were there any Ravenclaw jokes in a Harry Potter musical? I'm sorry, I can't remember any.
No, not really.
Hufflepuffs are particularly good finders. Opt-out answer, but like mean. I'm choosing opt-out answer, but like mean.
I'm picking Hufflepuffs are particularly good finders. I quote that to myself in my own head on a daily basis.
You take this one.
Choose a flower. If you don't know what they look like, just choose the one that sounds the coolest.
Snapdragon.
Pitcher plant.
Batface Cupia?
Sundew.
Bird of Paradise.
Isn't that a bird?
It's also a plant. Sundews are really cool.
Snapdragon. Ooh. I'm picking the one that says dragon, because I like dragons. How many U quizzes have you taken? How many U quizzes?
An ungodly amount. My desire to know myself is insatiable.
A couple. Not many outside the ones I see on social media.
I've been making them, not taking them.
This one and like 2 others.
Or less. This one and like 2 others or less.
Can I say I've been making them, not taking them?
I mean, you kind of have.
I made the Just Another 2 Guys one. Still out, if you go look at our top 10 video, you'll be able to find the U-quiz for our podcast. You're welcome.
Choose a contact name in my phone. Bambi for the PS2.
Mellified Corpse.
The nice senior from drama. You know the one.
Someone's gonna have that. Me is that.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm the one that everyone's scared of. I had people tell me that they're scared of me.
That's really funny.
Okay, you can't be that scared of me if you tell me that you're scared
That's
of me.
like being afraid of a small goat. I feel like if I yelled at you, your legs would lock up and you would fall over.
I smite thee. That's
Fries.
Okay, which one should I put US in my phone, Edward?
I don't know, man.
Bambi for the PS2.
That's what I was going to put you as now.
Nuts.
Because I think that's really funny.
I'm picking the nice senior from drama. You know the one.
Choose a broken key on my keyboard that made making this quiz harder than it needed to be. P/parentheses O or comma.
Well, it can't be that broken if they're using them.
Have you noticed any of them?
In this, yes.
Where?
On this.
I'm going to choose parentheses.
Parentheses? Sure.
What's your favorite Starkid lyric/line?
Or
They
you
used
can
a
skip
they
it.
used a comma and
And
a
a
slash.
And a P. My favorite Starkid lyric is, if I fail you. I put a parentheses at the beginning of it.
What do I enjoy?
What is your, what brings you the most enjoyment?
A lot of Dr. Scott's lines from Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals are really funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who?
The doctor, whatever, the doctor. Is his name not
Dr.
Scott?
Higgins?
That one. He says great Scott a lot.
Professor
He says great Scott a lot.
Higgins.
That's all I remember. Professor. A lot of his lines are funny.
Man, Edward really knows nothing, does he?
Yeah. I'm gonna put
Well,
nothing.
Edward's putting nothing in. I got the Hatchetfield series.
Me Too, which feels like a cop-out because that's more than one musical.
Hey, you got my favorite.
Nice.
You might be vibe with... Wait.
You might vibe with spooky or dark stuff, and that's really cool. You probably are the creative type. You got a lot of things that you want to do with your life. Just remember to take it easy, okay? I believe in you. Also, maybe you won't be infected by the hive. I'm not one to judge.
Well, at least we won't be infected by the hive. Okay, I want to see
gonna
what
do
other
this?
people have got. Most people get twisted. What did we do
Interesting.
wrong?
We're just not twisted like that. Do we want to do the BuzzFeed one now?
Yeah, we're gonna do the BuzzFeed one now.
I actually, and then after this, I do want to tell you about my headcanon for the Hatchetfield series if we have time.
Ooh, that actually sounds like a lot of fun. We will do that.
So one thing is, Hatchetfield series is a thing me and my brother watch together.
Oh, that's nice.
What is your ideal way to spend a Friday night? Reading a book at home, going to a show, movie, or play, date night,
Oh,
out dancing with friends, relaxing at home with my significant other, watching Netflix, house party, mini golf.
there's so many options. Can I say?
What?
I don't like mini golf. I was supposed to be like, I'm gonna put mini golf.
I like relaxing at home with my significant other.
Going to a show, movie, or play.
An ideal holiday for you means going to as many cities as possible in the shortest amount of time, traveling overseas and exploring a new place.
Disney World!
Staycation.
Disney World!
A peaceful and secluded cabin somewhere private, somewhere sunny, going somewhere where nobody knows my name.
New York City! I'm going to New York City. I want to go back there.
I like a peaceful and secluded cabin somewhere private.
That's good for you. That's so opposite of New York City.
Do you enjoy work/school? No, but I enjoy my coworkers/classmates.
Sure.
It's not that bad. I love keeping busy. It's only work if you don't love it. Yes. Nothing is worse. I don't think about it too much. I don't actually do any work when I'm supposed to. I'm going to say no, but I enjoy my coworkers/classmates.
I'm also going to say that because that's fairly true.
Which of these is your favorite Disney movie?
Inside Out.
Frozen.
Toy Story.
Robin Hood.
Peter Pan.
Pocahontas.
Cars.
I've been staring at the edge of the water.
Moana. Make way, make way.
I unironically really like Cars.
I like Frozen. Like, I watch it.
Are you going to see it live when it's in Edmonton?
I think so, yeah. I think my dad's not going, but my mom and I are going.
I think I know the guy who's playing Hans.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Have you seen Starkid's other musicals?
I've seen one or two.
I've seen about most of them. I didn't know they had other musicals.
What is your favorite color? Orange,
Green,
purple,
black,
red,
pink,
yellow.
blue.
I like orange,
Picking yellow.
which is apparently like a very controversial opinion.
Yellow's not actually my favorite color. I just say that out loud. I keep my real favorite color to myself.
In an apocalypse, who would be the first person you'd call? My significant other? My parents? My family?
Alexa.
My friend? I don't know. The police? I'd forget to call anybody.
I want to get Professor Hitchens. Nuts! I put Alexa.
My parents, honestly. I got Charlotte.
I got Zoe.
I feel like somehow it got worse for you.
I don't like Zoe. I did the whole monologue where Emma's like, what was that? And a whole nother A section? Yeah, yeah, that's right, Zoe. I was in Brigadoon in high school. Like, I did that for my grade 10 audition.
Alright,
For
should we read out our things?
Yeah. Like Zoe, you're talented and beautiful. Sorry. However, you can also sometimes be a handful and stubborn. Thanks. People either love you or hate you. You know your worth, but sometimes take things a bit too seriously. You know me.
You're like, ugh! Sorry. You're like Charlotte. You're lovable, sweet, and easy to underestimate, but you have an unexpected wild side to you. You can be easy to manipulate and a bit gullible, and your emotions drive you through everything. But you're extremely loving and passionate, and you would do anything for the ones that you love. You deserve a hug.
So you're the one whose husband is cheating on her, and
Is
who's
cheating on her husband. But I wouldn't cheat. That's
Okay, now I
gross.
want to hear about your Hatchetfield.
All right. So I think every Hatchetfield musical except Nerdy Prudes Must Die. Like, I think the first two, they lose both times. Mm-hmm. What I think happens in the first one is the Hive just wins, and that's why everybody's singing in the next two musicals without questioning it. Then in the second one, I believe what happened is, so Wiggly won and he got the nukes to get dropped, but at the last second, he made a deal with Mayor Solomon Lauder and to basically undo that event, but rewrite time, so the Lords of Black always had a hold in Hatchetfield, which is why we only find out about the Waylands in Nerdy Prudes Must Die.
Because what's the significance of the Waylands again?
So all of like the Waylands were like a cult, and basically they had like their dark altars or whatever they're called, and that's the only places where you can contact the Lords in Black. And the dark altars are Hatchetfield High, the mall, and the theater.
Right.
Where all of the significant events happened. So I believe it was all a plan by the Lords in Black. It's like they made people into musical. They brought down the musical Hivebind, and then but that didn't like work for full world domination because everybody just sort of became sentient again.
Right.
Then they won with their plan to bring about world domination, but not so they could actually destroy the world, but so they could make a deal with the mayor of Hatchetfield, where basically he said, "I'm going to give you my town in exchange," and then they rewrote time.
That's crazy. Because did you watch any of, like, the Nightmare Times?
I did not.
Okay.
I'm going with only the 3 musicals.
Because that actually makes sense for a lot of those. But everything seems to be in some sort of, like, alternate timeline thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Well, because then if you consider that time has been manipulated by dark gods.
Because a lot of people have, like, the theory that it's, like, almost a Groundhog Day situation.
I don't believe in that fully, because time moves on.
Like, that's sort of the theory for Black Friday, because of the song at the end.
Yeah.
What if tomorrow
comes?
Because they're kind of like, oh, is it going to happen?
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, that's the theory that some people have. But, I don't know.
But my theory's cooler.
Your theory is actually really cool. And I really hope that they do, like, a musical that kind of showcases each one of the gods.
I think they said they're done doing Hatchetfield musicals, though.
They need to write more for them, honestly. Please. Like, I can watch Nightmare Time, or they need to just put on the Nightmare Time stuff, because it's stuff that they did only over, like, Zoom calls.
Yeah, over COVID.
And for the longest time, it was like, you had to donate to get a ticket or whatever.
Well, it's all on YouTube.
It's all on YouTube now.
I do think Hatchetfield was complemented really well by its trilogy.
Yeah.
And I think doing any more would feel like Ice Age.
That's true. Which is kind of sad. But the thing is, they kept, like, adding new things that they could even, like, poke at in some of the other musicals.
Well, like, that's the biggest thing, is they built such a, like, space, which is why people want to do more with it.
Mm-hmm. It has a lot of potential, and they have so many storylines that could be explored.
Yeah.
But if you do explore them more, then... But I like the callbacks from, like, the guy who didn't like musicals that are in Nerdy Prudes.
Like the one big one?
The one big one. The hot chocolate boy.
Well, I think that's also because they wanted to give the guy who played Paul and the guy who played Emma parts after their characters died. Because they're sort of like two of the, like, founding fathers of Starkid or whatever.
Paul and Emma?
Like the actors.
Well, Lauren Lopez is. What's his name? John Madison is not. Matheson. Oh.
Well, he was part of one of their biggest successes.
His first ever show was the guy who didn't like musicals. With them. No, if you want to talk about, like, the founding members, Joey Richter, Lauren Lopez, and, like, Darren Criss, and...
So your Pinterest wall?
Nick Lang is the writer. Well, both the Langs. They're, like, brothers. And they write most of the stuff.
The brothers Lang.
The brothers Lang. But, like, there's also, like, Jamie and all these people. Sorry.
Jamie and others.
Corey. I don't know their last names. I know their first names. I follow a lot of them on Instagram.
I'm not surprised.
But, like, it's all these people. But, you know, something else that they did, Edward, is 3 of them. Joey Richter, Brian Rosenthal, and Corey Leibowitz. Leibowitz? I don't know how to say his last name. They went off and they created the Tin Can Bros. Which is, they do the same thing, just it's different.
And there's 3 of them?
And there's 3 of them. But they wrote, like, Solve It Squad. They actually did a podcast. They did a series about a podcast about a town with Ryan Reynolds, who was played by Darren Criss.
Podcast.
It was like this whole thing that, like, oh, Ryan Reynolds is going to be on your podcast, but it was just this guy named Ryan Reynolds who was Darren Criss, which wouldn't be a letdown if that were me. But
I would rather have Ryan Reynolds on the podcast than Darren Criss.
He's Canadian.
Ryan Reynolds or Darren Criss?
Ryan Reynolds.
I know Ryan Reynolds is Canadian.
So there's more of a chance that he would be on the podcast.
But he's also way more famous than Darren Criss is or will ever be.
Anyway, so the Tin Can Bros, they wrote Solve It Squad, they wrote Spies Are Forever, and a couple other ones. But their 2 most successful ones are Solve It Squad and Spies Are Forever.
I've heard of Spies Are Forever.
Oh, it's really good. You should watch it. It's funny. I used a lot of the music in that to just get in the mindset for my social studies, like, stuff.
Interesting.
Thanks, Edward. The mics are probably gonna pick that up.
Yeah, that was me cracking my neck.
Poor sounds of Edward's bones cracking.
Hey, those are my joints cracking. Thank you very much.
No, but they wrote all these things. They're currently, like, putting on, like, big productions of them everywhere. They were at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is where I saw them over the summer. I saw the Solve It Squad live in person, and I got to see Joey Richter and Brian Rosenthal.
Yeah.
And I was like,
But Darren Criss wasn't there?
Darren Criss wasn't there. And I was sad.
What an asshole.
Lauren Lopez wasn't there either. She was sick, so there was her understudy, which was kind of upsetting.
And she was terrible and you should go kill her? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Everybody go kill Lauren Lopez's understudy.
No, the Lauren Lopez's understudy was fine. Like, it was good, but, like, it was the type of thing they were holding a script the whole time, so it kind of, like, so it's like you're doing your best and you're making it so that the show doesn't have to, like, get canceled, but it's also like, oh, it takes you kind of out of the thing, and that becomes a bit in itself sort of thing. So the show was amazing, and I loved it, but also I wish Lauren Lopez was there, and that would have made it, like, a billion jillion times better.
Tangentially speaking, do you know who was really good without a script in hand?
Who?
When the Clue, or with a script in hand, but it was when Clue was in town. The one night I saw it, the guy who played Mr. Green, was out, so they had the director filling in.
Oh.
And, like, it was to the point where, like, he had it in his hand the entire time, but it was such a small book, and he was so good that I genuinely forgot.
Well, yeah, because...
And I don't know if you've seen Clue, but Mr. Green has, like, a big monologue at the end. And I don't think he looked at his script once for that.
Well, something that you have to understand about directors is, I say we because I was a director. We start to, like, know the script and know everything that's supposed to happen, as we should.
Yeah.
I knew the entire show. I would sit in the audience, and it was boring for me, because I would sit there and just say the lines.
No, yeah, that makes sense. But, like, this guy was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you seen Clue?
Yes.
So yeah, at the end of Mr. Green's monologue where he explains everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that off book with, like, one night of prep, I think.
That's crazy. I could do it. Without even
Clue's
knowing the show
Clue's a lot longer than Solve It Squad.
You don't know that.
I do.
How long was Solve It Squad?
Like an hour and 10 without an intermission.
Nuts. He was right. Ah!
I remember that's why I didn't want to go see it.
Yeah, Edward? We had the option to shorten it.
And you didn't?
No, they liked it better, the longer version. We got the short version.
If it's on YouTube, I'll watch it then.
It is on YouTube. All the Tin Can Bros' stuff is on.
No, I mean your version.
Oh, mine? I can't even find it on like our Google
Drive.
It's supposed
Did
to be
they not
up there.
tape it?
No, they did.
Oh, it's probably still uploading.
I think Finn found it. I think Finn has watched it, or maybe someone else recorded it. Something happened. I think Finn watched it. I cannot find it. I should be the one who can find it. What if I needed it for a portfolio? Edward's L.
I just gave Claire the L. Do you need it for a portfolio?
No, but what if I did?
Oh yeah, you need a portfolio to apply for your
No,
post-secondary.
that's if I did fine arts. I'm only doing arts. Because I didn't want to make a portfolio. I strive to do the least amount of work possible. Universities, if you hear this, I didn't mean it.
I'm doing an honors degree with a co-op.
That's so good for you. I'm not doing honors at all.
What was the only way I could take a sociology degree was honors sociology.
Yuck. If I wanted to do anything that was like kind of science-y or like not drama, I could have gone to like a really cool campus somewhere.
Yeah.
But then I didn't, and
If
I
you-
chose to do drama. My plan, do drama, and if I can get in on the ground floor of some new upstarting company that's gonna go big on YouTube and create great musicals, then really, what else can I do?
Claire's gonna start Lil Celestial Body Theater Company.
Ew. You know, the way that they came up with their name is it was just a word that they said in Very Potter Musical, because they were like, because Draco Malfoy was like, you can't go to pig farts. It's on Mars. You need a rocket ship. Do you have a rocket ship? Oh, look at me. Rocket ship Potter. Moon shoes Potter. Starkid Potter.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
You can't act like we're gonna end that there, Edward. Like,
Yeah.
It's like when we're told to wrap it up, but we just keep
The
going.
real Starkid is the friends we made along the way.
No, but that's actually what this feels like right now. Is like when we're being told to like wrap it up, but
Yeah, we're running out of steam.
we keep adding more on.
Oh, listener, you might know what's happening and you might not.
I doubt it.
Live in mystery, child.
I said that we wouldn't look at it, but I want to look at. No, yeah.
So yeah.
I really like Starkid, and I think
I
that's
can
just
tell.
the plot of this episode.
Yeah.
This is like when you just go on for ages and ramble about stuff.
Yeah. But when I do it, it's interesting. I'm kidding.
No, people will probably be like, this is just 48 minutes of Claire talking. And you know what? That's correct. So, yeah.
That was the podcast, folks. Thank you for listening.